So you're thinking about moving to Cypress, Texas, or maybe you're already here and wondering if your current neighborhood is the right fit, or if that other master plan community down the road really is worth all those HOA fees. Either way, you're in luck. Today, we're going to be diving into the ultimate neighborhood guide for Cypress. I'm talking real detailed boots on the ground insights into what I consider 5 of the top neighborhoods here: Fairfield, Bridgeland, Coles Crossing, Cypress Creek Lakes, and Longwood. You're going to get average home prices, school zone info, local amenities, and the real vibe of each area. So grab your coffee, maybe some iced tea, because let's be honest, it's Texas, and let's explore what makes each of these communities unique and who they're best suited for. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future neighborhood deep dives, market updates, or good old-fashioned real estate reality check. Okay, first up, let's talk Fairfield. Fairfield is one of the original master plan neighborhoods in Cypress. It's got the classic suburban charm with a very established lived-in feel without looking rundown or dated. It was built primarily in the late 90s and early 2000s, and homes here can range from about $375,000 to well over $800,000, depending on the size, updates, and where you're located within the community. You're going to find a wide range of home styles, and you're going to have mature trees, landscaping. It's going to give it a cozy, shaded feel that's hard to find in these newer communities. So let's talk amenities. Top notch. We're talking multiple community pools, splash pads, tennis courts, and an athletic club that includes a gym and indoor basketball court. They even have a pickleball court. It's like a built-in rec center, but you don't have to drive across town. So Fairfield is zoned to excellent Cy-Fair ISD schools. To mention a few, they're zoned to Keith Elementary and Salyards Middle School. Those are local stars, and the community is super engaged. If you're looking for family-friendly with a side of social connection, Fairfield might be it. So who's Fairfield for? I would recommend it for families who want space, community involvement, and mature landscaping, but who don't mind maybe updating an older home to make it their own. So now I've talked about how great the community is, so let's be real here. Let's discuss some of the cons. Con number 1 is traffic congestion. Residents have noted that traffic, especially during peak hours, can be a concern due to the community's growth and its proximity to major highways and shopping centers. And then also, you do have aging infrastructure in some areas. While many parts of Fairfield are super well maintained, some sections, particularly those developed earlier, may appear dated compared to the newer sections. Next up, we have Bridgeland. Bridgeland is the newer, glossier, master plan community. If Fairfield is the seasoned classic, I would consider Bridgeland as a modern masterpiece. This place is huge. We're talking over 11,000 acres, broken into villages with names like Parkland, Creekland, and Prairieland. Homes here start around $400,000 and go well over the millions, depending on the builder and the section. Bridgeland is constantly evolving, with new custom homes and town centers going up what feels like every single year. But let's talk lifestyle. You got kayak launches, miles of walking trails, paddleboarding, resort-style pools, community centers that host everything from farmers markets to yoga classes. This neighborhood was built to be lived in, not just slept in. All right, let's talk schools. So Bridgeland's zoned to Cypress ISD and Waller ISD. The schools here are incredible. You've got Pope Elementary, Wells Elementary, and Bridgeland High School, just to name a few. Who's the neighborhood for? I consider it for people who want it all. Modern homes, scenic surroundings, active lifestyle, and a packed community calendar. Also ideal if you want the newer construction, move-in, ready feel. So of course we got to be real here. Cons of living in Bridgeland. High property taxes. One of the most frequently mentioned drawbacks is the hefty property tax rate. Residents have reported rates hovering around 3.6 to 3.7, which can significantly impact your monthly housing cost. And then you got traffic. If you're leaving the community and you're using Fry Road, you are going to encounter traffic congestion, and it can be an absolute beast, especially on weekends and during rush hour. Now let's talk about Coles Crossing. This neighborhood doesn't always get the spotlight, but it should. It's tucked right off Highway 290, super convenient for commuting, but still feels peaceful and quiet. So homes here are typically selling between the $400,000 price range all the way up to $950,000. Most were built in the early 2000s, so they're solid. Brick exteriors, mature trees, and larger lots than what you're going to find in these newer build communities. So Coles Crossing has a ton of community pride. The amenities include walking and biking trails, a tennis court, community pools, and a clubhouse. It's got everything you need, but it's not overbuilt or flashy. It just feels like home. It's also zoned to excellent Cy-Fair ISD schools. Sampson Elementary and Spillane Middle School are highly rated, and Cy Woods is the high school that it's zoned to. So who's it for? I consider it for buyers who value location, want an established neighborhood with charming character, and don't need that brand new everything to feel home. Okay, let's be real here. Cons of living in Coles Crossing. Aging homes and infrastructure. So it was developed in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Many homes in Coles Crossing are now over 2 decades old. While this contributes to the neighborhood's charm, it also means homeowners may face maintenance issues, such as outdated HVAC systems, roofing, insulation. Some residents have noted that older homes can come with higher utility bills due to less energy efficient designs. And then flooding concerns. During significant weather events like Hurricane Harvey, certain areas within Coles Crossing experienced flooding. So while the neighborhood isn't classified as a high-risk flood zone, it's essential for potential homeowners to review flood maps and consider flood insurance, especially for properties near creeks or low-lying areas. So Cypress Creek Lakes is a neighborhood that balances style and substance beautifully. It's newer than Fairfield and Coles, but not quite as large scale as Bridgeland, which in my opinion makes it a great middle ground option. Homes here range from about $400,000 to over $900,000, and they were built mostly between 2006 and 2016. The lots are a nice size, and the homes offer a lot of modern features. Think granite, counters, open floor plans, tall ceilings, big windows, and more. It's centered around, you guessed it, lakes. Dozens of them, actually. You'll find walking trails, scenic fountains, and pocket parks throughout. The vibe is peaceful, well-designed, and extremely livable. Cypress Creek Lakes is zoned to Warner Elementary, Smith Middle, and Site Ranch High School, all very well respected. So who's it for? I consider it for families who want scenic surroundings, a newer home, great schools, and the feel of a community that's been planned but not overplanned. So let's talk cons. Traffic congestion. Residents have noted that traffic, especially during peak hours, can be a concern due to the community's growth and its proximity to major highways. The road to get to US 290 is often congested during morning and evening commutes and weekends. Also, you've got high property taxes. Cypress Creek Lakes has relatively high property taxes, which can be a financial consideration for potential homeowners. And this is primarily due to the municipal utility district, which we call a MUD. And it's the taxes that fund that community's infrastructure. Now let's talk about Longwood. Longwood is for those who love a little elegance and peace. It's nestled along a golf course, which gives it a different kind of vibe. Think winding roads, towering trees, and a slightly more relaxed pace. Homes here typically run between $400,000 to over $900,000. Many were built in the early 2000s, but you'll see a mix of styles and updates. And because it's not a massive neighborhood, there's a real sense of neighborliness. There's a community pool, tennis courts, walking paths, and of course, the golf course itself if you're into that. But even if you're not, it adds a beautiful green space winding throughout the community. So the neighborhood is zoned to Hamilton Elementary and Hamilton Middle School and Cy-Fair High School, which are consistently strong performers in the district. So who's it for? I consider it for buyers looking for a quieter lifestyle, traditional homes with charm, and a slightly more private feel, all while still staying very super close to the Cypress conveniences. So here's the cons. You have aging homes and infrastructure. So since this was developed in the late 1990s, 2000s, many homes in Longwood Village are now over 25 years old. While this contributes to the neighborhood's charm, it also means homeowners may face maintenance issues, again, such as outdated HVAC systems, roofing, insulation. And we hear it again, residents have noted that these older homes come with higher utility bills because they're less energy efficient. Then we've got flooding concerns. Longwood Village has experienced flooding during significant weather events like Hurricane Harvey and the notorious Tax Day floods. While the neighborhood isn't considered a high-risk flood zone, it's always essential for potential homeowners to review flood maps and consider flood insurance, especially for properties near creeks or low-lying areas. Okay, so how do you choose the right neighborhood? Here's what I tell my clients. Start with your budget because that's the obvious first step. Then think about your family size, your daily routines, and how much you want to be involved in your neighborhood. Do you want a lot of events and neighbors who know your dog's name, or do you want a more low-key, private vibe? And then check the commute. Do a test run during rush hour. That 25-minute drive on Sunday might double on Tuesday morning. And finally, visit in person. Drive through at different times of the day. Walk a trail. Go to a community event. Ask people at the playground how they like living there. You'll get the real scoop. So let's wrap it up. Cypress is more than just a Houston suburb. It's a place people put down roots. Whether you want the energy of Bridgeland or the calm of Longwood, the community vibe of Fairfield, or the scenic charm of Cypress Creek Lakes, there's a neighborhood here that fits your story. If this helped you at all, give this video a like, drop a comment, and tell me which neighborhood you're drawn to, and make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future videos. See you next time, and until then, happy house hunting.